Happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and I'm hoping that you all give me rave reviews on the volume this week because I worked really hard to get it synced in. Anyway, this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. It is Sunday, August the 1st. How can that be true? How can over half of the year already be gone? Let me get logged in here with you all so that I can see what you are saying. But yeah, I hope y'all can hear me clearly. I do not have the volume turned up on my phone, so I cannot hear it. I can just hear myself talking. But hello everybody. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Happy Sunday. This is chat number 234, and it is entitled 3 Good Things. And we're going to talk about the 3 good things here in just a few minutes. Hello, John from Home Days. How does the volume sound? Today is August the 1st. Somehow it's already August. We're like 4.5 months away from Christmas. How could that even be possible? Hello, Trish. Good to see you. And Trish, I saw you earlier today. It was good to see you earlier today. So we've got some news, some good news, some bad news, some news. Anyway, so news is every day. Hello, Carol. Yep, Trish is telling John hello. So glad that you all are telling him. Oh, first of all, Elaine, hello. And hello, everyone who is popping in. First thing I want to say, hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. The lights are much better. So John came and fixed the ballast today. A friend of mine spotted him from the ground. Hello, Sandra from Demon's Ferry. Hello, Carol Lou. Thank you. Carol says the volume is much better today. I played with it for a while today. And hello, Tabitha. Hello, Elaine again. But John and a friend, hello, Lynn. John and a friend of mine worked on that today. So she coached him from the ground, and he is now an expert ballast changer outer. So if you ever need help, changing ballast, just call John, because now he is certified, I'm just kidding, to do that. Hello, Marianne. Thank you for that. Hello, Tag. Hello, Karen. Good to see you. Hello, Hicks Farm. So I have to know what your name is because I see Hicks Farm. I don't know, Trish, don't blow the news yet. Trish already knows the news, so don't blow it yet. Don't say anything. And hello, Myrna. It's good to see you again today. And John says it is 147 days until Christmas. So thanks a lot, John. So we have 147 days. I don't think that's shopping days. Hello, Lisa from Arkansas. Hello, Sylvia. Oh, yep, great. Y'all think it sounds great. So I worked really hard on the sound today. Hello, Marlene from Florida. Hello, Mindy. Hello, Jennifer. Great, awesome. So I worked really hard on figuring out what was going on with the volume today, for today. And I moved it up closer to my mouth. But yeah, anyway. Okay, Trish, stop. Okay, stop. Hello, Evie. Let's see here. There is Sherry. Okay. So anyone who is new, hello Rita from Texas. So anybody who is new, please let us know. And hello Roberta from Imperial, Missouri. Please let us Please let us know if you are new. And hello Mary from Ontario, Canada, because we would love to say hello. So a lot of these people that I'm saying hello to already can anticipate where they're going to say they're from because they have been with us for so many weeks. And thank you, Trish. But if you are brand new, like if you've never been with us, or if you've just never said hello, if you've never said hi, please let us know that you are new, because we would love to welcome you, especially if you are new to WW, if you are a new WWer or new Weight Watcher. I'm never not going to call it Weight Watchers. I'm never not going to call it Weight Watchers. It just is. Okay, anyway, so to new people, please let us know. Also, so the ballast, thank you, John, for providing some better lighting. Hello, Sherry from Florida. Thank you for providing some better lighting. For those of you who asked about John's mom, it was a weird and strange day that we'll have to talk about another time. Hello, Casey from Texas. They're trying to tweak some of her medicine. She's been falling. And hello, Cynthia from Ohio. So she's been having some falling incidents. Aloha, Kathy. And they don't know why. So don't know if it's part of her disease or if something else is going on. So they've been doing some tests and they decided to tweak some medicine today. And let's just say it didn't go well. So John said, they're probably not ever going to tweak that one again, but that's all I'm going to say. But, enough said. She's fine for now. Whew, just keep him and her in your, thoughts and prayers, because it's strange. But anyway, hello, Barbara. Anyways, okay, so thank you all for asking about John's mom, because we weren't sure if we were going to be here tonight. And when he called this afternoon, I thought, well, okay, I don't know. Maybe not. And hello, Liz. Also, and hello, Jennifer. So, also, I did not warn you all about this since I wasn't 100% sure we were having the chat tonight. And hello, Leslie from Edmonton, Alberta. But you will need a pen and a piece of paper. It does not have to be an official pen. It can be a pencil. It can be a crayon. If you have small children and all you have is a coloring book and a crayon, that's perfectly fine. You're just going to write down some words. You can use a fun marker like I did today. But whatever you want to write with, you just need a writing utensil and something to write on. And it doesn't matter what it is because you're not turning in this part of the homework. This is just for you. Okay, I said we have some news. So for everyone who's just now popping in, hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Not bad news about IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, so don't worry about that. It's August the 1st. So the first bit of bad news is John just told us we are 147 days away from Christmas. Some of you all are like going, I'm getting out my trees right now. My friend Barbara, if she was watching this, she would be getting out her Christmas trees, and she has a Christmas tree for almost every room. To tell her that it's under 150 days, I'm confident. Well, she already knows how many days it is. She would be dragging her trees out. Some of you are like me and going, oh no, there's only 147 days left. And some of you are saying, we just really started summer. It's just now hot where I am. How could it already be this close to winter? Okay, so that's some of the bad news. The other bad news is today was the last day with an in-person, or not in-person, with a Zoom workshop with, oh, hold on a second. Thank you. Melissa said, you amaze me with a pregnant daughter, full-time job, Alyssa and John's mom, and sounding so sane. This is not sane. This is not sane. Oh no, and Carol Lou keeps her Steelers tree up all year long. Also not sane. Anyway, just kidding, Carol Lou. Okay, so today was the last day of Gwen's Zoom workshop. So if you have been joining us on Sundays at 2:30 for the Zoom workshop with Gwen, I am so sad to say today was the last day. So if you were there, there were some tears. I mean, there were some actual tears. If you were not there, I'm sorry, you missed it. I'm so sorry you missed it. I'm still trying to figure out what to do. I knew that it was, well, I didn't know that it was coming, but I suspected that it was coming because Gwen was very excited about the possibility of her Sunday in-person group meeting again. And I'm not stupid. Once her Sunday in-person group was going to meet again, that meant that the Zoom meeting was gonna go. No, Barbara, it was not over yet. Today was the last day. So today was the last day of her Sunday. But I did see. So for the very last time, these were the people that I saw at our Sunday Zoom meeting with Gwen. I saw Gwen, of course, and Linda. And I don't know when I'm going to ever see Linda again. But I saw Gwen, Linda, Myrna, Ann, Dana, Trish, Gwen, another Gwen, Janet, Lynn, Amy, Jackie, Mindy, Joe, Sylvia, Tina, and Kristen. And so those were the people that were at our last and final Zoom meeting with Gwen on Sundays. If you still want to meet with Gwen, so you can still do that if you are available on Thursdays at 6:30. So she will have on Thursday nights until her Thursday night in-person group starts up. She will have a Thursday Zoom meeting. So it'll be Thursday at 6:30 Eastern time. Same place, you go to it's the same Zoom number, whatever you call that meeting number, it's the same one, meeting ID number. So you can go to that one and you can still join her on Thursdays. I probably will not be with you all on Thursday nights because that's one of the nights that Karen and I walk. And hello, Loretta. That's one of the nights that we walk. So I'm so sorry that the Sundays are over. I'm trying to figure out something that we can do together. I'll keep trying to figure something out. But again, if you would like to keep up with Gwen or to see what's going on with her, you can go to the Thursday 6:30 meeting, same one. And I know Sylvia says, I'm finally getting my act together to watch it and now it's over. Yeah, just for Sunday. It's just over for Sundays. For Gwen, not for me. So for anybody that's coming in late and saying, what, Sundays are over? Not Sundays for me. Not Sundays for this. Just the Sundays for Gwen's 2:30 Zoom meeting. Also, she is trying, or she's not really trying. I'm trying to encourage her to start a Facebook group, okay? So if any of you have ever tried to drag a horse onto a trailer that didn't want to go, this is what this is like. So if you've ever tried to lead a horse onto a trailer that didn't want to go, they can lean, even a colt, even a baby horse, they can lean back and you're not budging them anywhere. You're not getting them on the trailer no matter what if they don't want to go. That's kind of how this is going with getting Gwen to start a Facebook group. So anyway, just keep thinking about that because I'm trying to get her to start one. Okay, other news. That means Knoxville girls, if you have been going to the Cedar Bluff location for WW for Weight Watchers for your in-person workshop, if that's where you had been going on Sundays prior to the pandemic, guess what? I don't know which day it is. I don't know if it's this coming Sunday or what day it is. I have a feeling it must be this coming Sunday, but I will let you know as soon as I know. But that means that the 2:30 meeting at the Cedar Springs location here in Knoxville, Cedar Bluff, it's called Cedar Springs location at Cedar Bluff, that is getting ready to start again. So if you are here in Knoxville or in the surrounding area and you would like to go to that meeting with Gwen, she is starting that again on Sunday afternoon. So that is great news for the Knoxville or surrounding area girls. Okay. Also, this month, so we just finished July. This month, we are changing to a new theme. We still have to finish up the July theme, which was Finding Joy. The August theme is Build Confidence. So all of this month, we will be talking about and focusing on different ways to remind us that feeling more confident can also help us with our weight loss and wellness journey. So remember, it's not just about weight loss; it's also about wellness, because we want to be well. We don't just want to be skinny. We want to be well, and at the same time. Okay, so all of this month we're talking about building confidence, but since we are running a week behind, we are going to ask. Who's we? It's just me. Well, it's me and Dusty. So Dusty and I are going to ask who went to an in-person workshop last week. So who? Oh, let's see. Oh, wait. Vicki has a friend who just joined WW, and what is the link to join us? Okay, the link to join us for the live chats. If you're talking about that, you can actually share it with her down at the bottom of your phone or whatever. You can. Oh, Linda's already talking about her green bottom in a green chair. But there's a share button, and if you want to share to come to our closed group, somebody might share that here in just a minute, or I can share it after the chat is over with tonight. But if you sat your bottom in a green chair, a white chair, a yellow chair, whatever color the chairs are at your location, if you attended an in-person workshop, give me a thumbs up. This last week, I did. So sat my bottom in a white chair again, so I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. Or if you attended a Zoom workshop or any of the virtual workshops last week, hello Tedders, it is good to see you. How are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. Give me some thumbs ups if you attended a virtual workshop. And Mary was a green chair too. Ours are just white, but they're oddly clean white. I have a feeling they're new. They seem like new chairs. Either that or they cleaned them so well that they are white again, because I thought they were a cream, an off-white color. But anyway. So thumbs ups for in-person workshops or virtual workshops. And if you attended with us here last week live, give me a heart. Or if you watched later, hello Lynn. If you watched later on YouTube, just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Or if you watched it later on Facebook, or if you watched it later from IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, let's see some hearts. And I actually did open Barbers Are White too. So I actually did watch later because I had to check some stuff. So I'm going to give myself a heart for that. So lots of you were thumbs ups and hearts. There's lots of you attended last week, either in person, Zoom, virtual, or with us. So here are your Bravo stickers, your virtual Bravo stickers for that. If you are brand new and you don't know what a virtual Bravo sticker is, they used to give us Bravo stickers during regular workshops or meetings, but now we have virtual Bravo stickers because they stopped handing them out. And, oh, Leslie says they're still waiting in Edmonton. Someday, if we can get rid of this variant. So the variant's kind of freaking me out, and we're not going to talk about that because that's not what this is about, but I got to tell you, it's kind of freaking me out because we just got everything opened again. Okay, so last week we were talking about, last week was chat number 233, and we were talking about feeling more joy. It was just entitled Feel More Joy. And we discovered that being in awe can be an overwhelming feeling of reverence. It could be a feeling of admiration, fear. I didn't like the fear version of it, or fear portion of it, or that is produced by that which is grand, sublime, extremely powerful, or the like. And hello, Jean. And it doesn't have to be extremely overwhelming, as you all are going to hear when we get into our homework for tonight. So if you had been, last week we talked about the fact that if you had been waiting for if you had been feeling a little unmotivated to exercise, track, follow the program, just life in general, then you might want to find a way to, to find some more awe in your day. AWE, not awe like, oh man, awe like, oh, that's wonderful. It's a way to find some more of that. So finding a little reverence, admiration, or being inspired by someone or some form of awe, it can bring you more joy. And so what were the ways that you could find some more awe? Oh, hold on a second. Sylvia said, I watched later. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not I'm not sure what that is. Okay, I'll have to get into that part of the discussion later. So anyway, some ways that you can find some awe, to enjoy the moment, just to kind of be there. So spend some time just being there. Unplug from everything. So unplug from your phone, turn it off, turn it over, put everybody's phone in a basket. Just some way, to unplug. Being mindful, so paying attention to things that maybe you haven't been paying attention to, and look around. Don't have your head down all the time. Look around and just see what's going on around you. So your homework for this week was enjoy the awe, and I have to tell you, oh my gosh, I was in awe by the number of people who did their homework this week. I mean, seriously, a lot of you all did your homework this week. Hello, Deborah. Okay, and sorry, Sylvia is saying that somebody was trying to friend some people from the chat last week. So that is why in the closed group, so this is a public group, it's not groups, it's a public page. That's why our closed group is a closed group, so that I can weed those people out. So if you all find somebody, all you have to do is you can either swipe or hold it down and report them, and you can report them as spam, or just let me know and I will do it, and it will get rid of them. Okay, then we've actually been pretty lucky because we've only had just a handful of those people, and one of my friends I'm gonna butcher the number. It's like 60,000 followers on TikTok. I mean, it's a lot. She gets hazed every single day. So we've been fairly lucky. Okay. But anyway, so your homework this week, you all, holy cow. Again, I was in awe at how many people did their homework this week. So many of you. So I picked a strange one. I picked 3 strange ones. I picked 3 strange ones. I didn't pick 3 strange ones, but the way I chose them was strange. So I picked one person who did their homework, and then I picked 2 people who commented on that person's homework because I don't even think they realized that they were doing their homework for this week. So this week you were supposed to slow down, look around, unplug, find some awe in an otherwise normal activity, something like that, and then share it with us. So the 3 that I picked for this week, Marianne was cutting the grass and she sat down on the swing outside to take a rest. She sat down, just got quiet for a minute, kind of looked around at all the sights and sounds of nature going on around her. And she was in awe. So she could have been just buried in her mowing of the grass, but instead she took a minute to sit down and just enjoy the nature around her. Then Linda commented on her homework and said the heat of the day was gone and she found herself in a lovely summer evening. So she realized this is a lovely summer evening. And instead of getting caught up in the things that she needed to go back in the house and do, she stayed outside and enjoyed the lovely summer evening. And then she even reminded me that fall and winter are coming soon. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, John said it's 147 days till Christmas. They're coming fast. So she reminded me that fall and winter are coming soon and to just take advantage of these long summer days now while we can. I mean, because it's still light outside. It is almost 20. It's 8:18 in East Tennessee. It is still light outside. So we need to quit wishing the heat away, because that also goes with it, the long summer days. And okay, so that was Linda's. And then Bertha says that mornings outside are her favorite. So she has wind chimes outside that she can hear. She can hear a dove cooing and a crow calling in the distance. And that morning, Vicky says, when is pistachio due? She's due October the 5th. She's sidetracking me. You know how easily I'm sidetracked. She's due October the 5th, but Casey won't make it until then. I'm telling you, it's going to be the last week of September. September 28th is my guess. Okay. Anyway, so Bertha says that mornings are her favorite outside. Again, she's got wind chimes. She can hear the doves. She can hear crows calling. That morning there were thunderstorms, so she could hear that kind of crackling, off in the distance. And it was just a nice, cool morning. And so I want everybody to stop right now, and I want you to enjoy Bertha's morning on her porch. So close your eyes. I can't because I have to read. So I want everybody to stop for just a second. Stop typing. Stop complaining about the person who was trying to, friend you all. Don't answer friend requests if you don't know the people, okay? I'm telling you, I get 1,000 a day. Not kidding. I get 1,000 a day. Just don't answer them if you don't know them. Okay. Anyway, so stop and close your eyes. And I want you to hear the wind chimes at Bertha's house. So just imagine those. I want you to imagine the dove calling, the dove cooing. We have those in our parking garage, and the crows talking to each other. And then I want you to feel that electricity that's in the air from her thunderstorm, because that's, as much as I don't like them near me, I like them far away because they're making the air clean. And I'm just in awe of just imagining that scene. And she was actually there. So bravo, ladies, you all did a great job on your homework. Again, we've never had, I don't think we've ever had that. Well, maybe when it's been a game, but that was a lot of homework. So that was a lot of participation in homework. So thank you all very much for doing your homework. I'm very proud of you. Okay, so this week is chat number 234, and it's titled 3 Good Things. So y'all know, that I love things that come in threes. So instructions, I love it when instructions are in threes. I love it when on the Weight Watchers, on the graphics that they have, I love it when it's in threes. I love it when ingredients are in threes, ideas when they come in threes, notes. But what is the significance of the number 3? So whether you study the Bible, if you dabble in numerology, or you're just a noticer of patterns, a noticer of things that happen, in an order or in a certain number, you've undoubtedly run into significant things that come in threes. You can't avoid them. I don't care who you are or where you're at. You can't avoid things coming in threes. So the Bible has over 467 references to the number 3, including the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Now, if you go back and look that up, you are going to find 467 references to the number 3. It's insane. I think it's the most highly mentioned number in the Bible. Anyway, so 3 significant there. A day, think about it. A day has 3 parts. It has morning, noon, and night. So you don't ever say, oh, it's morning, mid-morning, second breakfast, whatever. You don't go through that whole thing. You say morning, noon, and night, or morning, afternoon, and night. So a day has 3 parts. It has 3 parts to it. There are 3 primary colors: red, blue, and yellow. When you say, what are the primary colors? Everybody knows it's red, blue, and yellow. You say, how do you make purple? Red and blue. How do you make green? Yellow and blue. I mean, every kid knows that there are 3 primary colors, so it's in threes. Even luck comes in threes. So you say, the third time is a charm. Yeah, Vicky's exactly right. Breakfast, lunch, and supper. We think about 3 meals a day. There's so many things that come in threes. Even summoning the undead comes in threes. So think about it. If you say Beetlejuice, yeah, I'm not going to say it because I don't want Michael Keaton here. But think about it. Even summoning the undead comes in threes. So lots of things come in threes. So why choose 3 good things to focus on every single day? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 reasons for that. The first thing is it's easy. So if you think of 3 good things that happened today, so it's after 8 o'clock here. So there are lots of things to think about that happened today: good, the bad, the ugly. That's 3 things: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Get it? 3 things. Anyway, if I think about the 3 things, it's easy. So it's easy to think of 3 things. If it's less than 3 things, so like if I said, okay, think of 1 good thing that happened today, you might go, yeah, I mean, there's a good thing that happens every day, but you probably wouldn't take time to think about it because 1 just doesn't seem like it was important. 3 seems important. If I made it like 5, if it was like 5 good things today, I personally would get lost and forget. By the time I made it to number 4, I'd forget what we were doing and I'd never make it to 5. So 3 seems like a good, comfy, easy number to me of things to think of. It's effective. If you take time to think of things. Hello, Katie. Oh, Katie and Lynn's birthdays are both on September the 30th. Awesome. Yeah, I still don't think Casey's going to, I don't think she's going to make it to the 30th. Yeah, but I think Pistachio is going to come on the 28th. Okay. So it's effective if you take time to think of 3 good things, especially if you write them down, because you know how I love writing things down. Excuse me, but if you think of 3 good things that happened to you that day and write them down, especially if you write them down, it can be an effective way to shift your mindset. I mean, it seriously can. Happy people make, and Leslie just watched Beetlejuice. Not going to say it. Anyway, she just watched it last night. Okay. Gosh, and now I'm singing the songs in my head. Thanks a lot, Leslie. I'll be singing that after we get done. Okay, but anyway, it is a great way to change your attitude. So we have a very dear friend that the first word out of their mouth, I mean, if you say, hey, the tomatoes are red today, that person will tell you why they can't be red today, or why they were yellow yesterday, or something. I mean, they have gotten in such a habit. And John's at home. He can attest to this if he's actually still listening to us. He can attest to the fact that this person is a wonderful person, very dear friend of ours, but they are so in the habit of answering everything you say with something negative that they can't stop themselves. Well, let me just tell you, it works the same in the opposite. If you stop and make yourself answer things in the positive, you will create a habit for yourself where you can only answer in the positive, and it's going to drive the negative people in your life crazy. Talk about killing them with kindness. But anyway, seriously though, if you'll write down 3 things that you're thankful for every day, it will actually start to shift your mindset. And everybody knows happier people make better decisions when they're putting things in their mouth, or about going to bed, or about how to react to things during the day. So happy people make better decisions, and it's for everyone. So no matter where you're from, what you do, mom, dad, man, woman, child, whatever, no matter what, it's for everyone. So everyone can find 3 things to be grateful for. I wrote down 3 examples today. It doesn't matter how bad your day is. You can find 3 things to be thankful for. So I write down 3 great examples. If your mother has a meltdown at the facility where they live, that's a bad day. But you can be grateful that the right person has your phone number and actually cares enough to call you to come take care of it. So that you can be thankful for that, because it is taken care of and done. We don't have to worry about this for the next few days. If your granddaughter, this actually happened last week, if your granddaughter has a really, really bad car accident on the way to church, give thanks that the entire congregation, it was so close to church, found out immediately, like before the EMTs even got there, and stopped and sent up prayers that the EMTs would do their very best job, and that she would have the least injuries, and that she would heal quickly. So, be thankful for that. If you chose the wrong laptop on Amazon because you weren't paying attention, if you chose the wrong laptop on Amazon, don't be upset. Be thankful and amazed that Kohl's is now a drop-off point. And there are 3 Kohl's within probably 15 minutes of the showroom. So be happy about that. You can find 3 things. So I can just go to Kohl's to return this thing now. Instead of trying to figure out how to return it via Amazon, I can just go to Kohl's. So everybody can find 3 things to be thankful for, I promise. So, but also, do you see how this works? And did you see what I did there? I made it all about 3s. So it was easy, effective, and everyone. So I still made it about 3s, okay? Okay, your homework for this week is 3 good things. So it's hashtag 3 good things. And while I wish you would do it every single day, I'm only going to ask you to do it one day. Well, Betty Ann says she did that today, but she's going to try the new laptop. Betty Ann, we tried it, but we found out that the really cute, colorful Chromebook that I ordered doesn't have the right operating system for the software that I have to run. Oh well, I'll just take it to Kohl's and take it back. Okay, but your homework for today is hashtag 3 good things. And again, while I wish you would do it every single day, I'm just going to ask you to do it one day. So I just want you to pick one day out of 7, and I want you to find 3 good things that happened that day, and I want you to write it down, write it on Post-it notes, text it to a friend, type it to us, whatever you want to do. So however you want to record that. And then don't forget to tag me. So if we're on Instagram, it's at IfYouHaveAnEgg. If we are here on the public page, you can just type it and I will find it, because it sends me a notification every time y'all post something. If you're in our closed group, if you would please tag, thank you, Glenn. If you would please tag at Kelly Green Milligan, it'll pull it up and it will notify me that you sent something. And if you do it on YouTube or on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, when Casey and Jessica post that, then if you just type a comment, I will automatically get it. But that is your homework for this week. Hashtag 3 good things, and you will get your next amazing badge. And so even as pregnant as she is, Casey is still cranking those puppies out. So I'm in awe of what her and Jessica get done every single day. Okay. Woo! So new people, we are at the end of our first 30 minutes. So if you are brand new, the next thing we do is I go ahead and put on my apron, even though we are not going to be cooking tonight. Because again, wasn't sure if we were going to be making an emergency trip over to John's mom or not. So I'm not actually making what I have tonight, but I am going to talk to you about it. And then I think Alyssa and I will try to make it tomorrow, and we will see how that goes, because that will be our first non-cookie thing that we try to make together. And yes, Sandra says it is time for some water. So new people, at the 30-minute mark, the first 30 minutes is all classroom. The second 30 minutes is usually something fun. It's like extra. It's like, we call it extra credit. Get it? Because it's if you have an egg. So we call it extra credit. But I do always put the apron on so that Casey knows where to split this in half when she's doing YouTube. And so you'll know where to start if you just want to watch the fun part. Okay, so at the 30-minute mark, everybody gets some water to drink. And don't forget, go grab your writing utensil and your piece of paper. So again, a pen and paper, graph paper, toilet paper, back of an envelope, I don't care. Kids, coloring book and some crayons, whatever. But get some water. Where's my microphone where is it? Oh, hold on while I try to drink. That's one thing. I don't want y'all to hear me swallow. Okay. Whew. So I was talking really fast there at the end. I know. Okay. So this is the second half of chat number 234, and it is titled 3 Good Things. I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If you are brand new to us, all of this will be posted on our blog. It's IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. It will also all be on our YouTube channel. That is just YouTube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. So in the first half, we were talking about 3 good things. The second half, I have entitled Pick 2. Okay, so you're wondering, pick 2 what? What am I picking? Am I picking 2 of the things that I thought were the 3 good things, and now we're just going to narrow it down to 2? No, that's not at all what I'm talking about. Okay, so everybody knows, if you've been watching this for only 2 weeks, you know that we went back to our in-person workshops a week ago Tuesday, so we have been back officially for a week. This Tuesday will be the second, well, actually be the 3rd time, but it'll be the 2nd week. So we have been back at our in-person workshops now for 2 weeks. We've had 2 meetings, 2 in-person workshops after 16 months of a hiatus. So I was especially motivated to get my rear in gear because we were going back to in-person workshops. And I've had a lot of time for soul searching. I've had 16 months to decide whether I did or did not want to do anything, whether I was or was not going to participate in anything. So tonight, we're going to talk about how this first 2 weeks back at in-person workshops has worked for me. And then we're going to pick 2. So the first thing I want to say is, last week at the end of the chat, we started making cream cheese. Who remembers that? So who even remembers that we started making cream cheese? Because I never spoke about it again. Does everybody remember that I started making cream cheese? Okay, it made cream cheese. We actually made cream cheese. There's not enough time to talk about it in the second half of tonight's chat. So I'm going to do a separate, and Betty remembers it. So I'm actually doing a separate video that will just be posted on YouTube and then on Facebook. I'm doing a separate video about the cream cheese. I'm kind of freaking out. I made cream cheese, okay? Don't even know how it happened. So, okay, so I made cream cheese. Yeah, Carol Lou was waiting for the results. So, and Tegan remembers too. So, and Linda. So I will show you the results of that in a separate video. But I wanted to let you know it did make cream cheese. Now I'm testing it. So it made something the consistency of cream cheese. So I'm testing it in a couple of different ways to see. Oh wait, hold on a second. Barbara weighed in yesterday and lost 3.6. What? That's 3.6. That is awesome. She said that for the first time in a long time. That is awesome. Bravo, Barbara. But anyway, so I'm testing the cream cheese that I made in lots of different ways. I'm testing it in all of the cream cheesy ways to make sure that it's really cream cheese. And Cynthia, okay, I've only tested it on 2 things, and so far it tastes like cream cheese. I will be testing it though in a couple of days in the buffalo chicken dip just to see how it compares, because I know how it should turn out. Anyway, so as we progress, I just need to confirm that it is really cream cheese and that it does all of the cream cheese things before I share it with you all. But it looks like cream cheese. Okay, next. So we went back 2 weeks, and if you remember 2 weeks ago during the chat, I talked about what I was going to do to get ready to go back to in-person and what I was going to do for in-person. And so I decided that I was going to plan for 4 days of meals. I was going to plan out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 3. Even though I didn't do 3 days, I did 4 days, but 3 meals. So I decided I was going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then a snack. Okay, but I was going to plan that. Every day but one worked out great. The very first day, we got invited to dinner with my husband's boss and some of their business people. So, you kind of had to go. So I just made the best decisions that I could while we were there. But outside of that, everything worked well. I used for breakfast every day, I did hard-boiled eggs. And if you don't know how to make hard-boiled eggs in an air fryer, whoops, wrong way. We have 2 of them here at KC Kitchen Center. If you don't know how to, we do have a video on that. It's on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and it's also on YouTube. So easy. There's no reason. Oh, and Leslie, all we did was start the cream cheese last week. We started the cream cheese last week. I'm testing it this week, and then by next week, I'll be able to tell you if it's really cream cheese. Trust me, if it's really cream cheese, you won't not hear about it, because that's all I'll talk about. Just like the eggs. Just like the eggs. So yeah. So if you don't know how to make the world's easiest, super simple hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, we do already have a chat for that. There are prior chats for that. We have a video on YouTube. It's just IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. If you go down through the playlist, you're going to see that. And it's also on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But anyway, so I made hard-boiled eggs, and I ate a different Dax spice with it. I'm still pointing in the wrong direction. Let me just use my other hand. A different Dax, what on earth? A different Dax spice with it every day, just to kind of spice it up so I didn't get bored. And then I had Activia yogurt, and then I had a tablespoon of my favorite Eat My Granola Now granola. Ooh, and Sylvia made some eggs today. So that is a local granola maker. Then I used her granola every day. And then for lunch every day, I had a smoothie. We can talk about that later, or we can talk about it from 2 chats ago. And then for dinner every night, I used some form of my Waldorf chicken salad. Then for the next few days, we ate, for dinner, everything that we ate was made with Windstar Karen's buffalo chicken dip. That is also already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Okay, and Deborah says, I'm a member of Weight Watchers, so what's the closed group? Okay, Deborah, you don't have to be a member of Weight Watchers to be in the closed group. If somebody will share the link, then you can go there and you can request to join, but you have to answer get 3 questions. Here's the number 3 again, and I will happily let you in. But you have to answer the 3 questions, or I can't let you in, because we were just talking about creepers earlier. For some reason, there are people so bored that they will creep on Weight Watchers groups. I don't know. What do they even want to listen to us talk about? Okay, but anyway, so made that, and hello Sandy from Naperville. So anyway, that all went really well. I did get to walk my normal amount of time with Karen, except we missed one night because her mother-in-law did pass away. I think we talked about that. Okay, and Carol Lou just posted the link for the closed group. So thank you, Carol. First of all, thank you. And if you all see that, you can just click on that. You can go over to the closed group. You can request to join, but please answer the 3 questions. You don't have to put a long answer. Just put, I saw you in the chat, want to join, whatever the third one is. But I have to know you're an actual human to let you join. But anyway, so did all that. And Karen's mother-in-law did pass away. I think we talked about that last week, but she did. But after all that, so my weight loss for the first week back at WW, so the first week back in-person workshops was 2.4 pounds. So I wanted 2, and I was very excited to get 2.4. So it's always better to get more than what you hope for, or more than what you thought you were going to get. Now I have been a lifetime member I've been a Weight Watcher for 25 years, I think, 25, almost 26 years. I got to goal quite a while ago, 5 years ago, I think. Stayed at goal for 3 years, and COVID and my mom passing away was what busted my bubble. But 2.4 was more than I expected. I was super happy with it. I understand that that's not going to be what I get every single week. And I was just saying during Gwen's last 2:30 Zoom meeting, I was just saying during that, if I knew then what I knew now, in the beginning, if I had been happy with all the weeks that I lost 0.2 pounds, I would have reached goal in like 8 years instead of it taking me 20 years. It took me 20 years to reach goal because I could not make myself be happy with 0.2 pounds. Okay, 25 years later, I'm happy with anything. Anything down is a good week to me. Okay, so what do I mean by pick 2? So the reason I want you to have the pen and the piece of paper, here's what I had to do when I had to kind of regroup. So when I had to come back to center, I didn't really start over because, I know how to do this. I've done this so long, I know how to do this, but I had to, or Gwen said today, like pretend like you're new. So pretend like you're a brand new Weight Watcher and you've never done this before. Or come back to center, or pull it all together again, or whatever you want to call that, because I'm not starting over. It's not really a restart. I've got to get back to basics. So that's just really what I need to do. Okay, so here's the reason that you need your pen and your piece of paper. And there is going to be a quiz, but there are no wrong or right answers. Okay, so John is really good at his job. So if you all have never met him, you would be in awe of how good he is at his job. He takes And he used to manage a lot more than this, but there are guys everywhere. Like at any given time, there could be guys in all 50 states. Hopefully not all the time, but at any given time there could be. So they have people literally scattered out from coast to coast all over the United States. And trucks go down, people quit, tools run out, people don't show up, power failures, hurricanes, pandemics. I mean, things happen. So time and time again, I have listened to him talk to these guys that are tired, they're out on the road, their families are not there, they haven't seen their families, in a couple of weeks. And if a machine breaks down, again, or a pandemic hits, or or bad weather, can't find a hotel room, whatever, I listen to him talk to them about what they can do versus what they can't do. So I decided to write down for myself 10 things that I know worked. So I had, and John does that too with these guys. So he'll be like, so that grinder's down. What else do you have in your trailer? What else do you have? Do you have a this? Do you have a that? Do you have a something? Where's the nearest guy? Who else has got something? Who's coming to trade out with you? When's the next time y'all are going to be in that area? I mean, he's constantly looking for what that next solution is, or what their other tools are that they have. So I decided to write down 10 tools, or 10 things or 10 tools that I used that I knew if I did them worked. So I got to goal using these 10 tools. I stayed at goal using these 10 tools. And then I started putting those tools one at a time back in my toolbox. So when the pandemic hit and everybody started panicking, and let's face it, we all kind of panicked that first few weeks because we didn't know what was going on. We had no idea what was going on. So we, so what are we going to do? What are these tools? And we all panicked. So I put, my first tool back in. Okay, I can't deal with that today, so I'm putting this tool back in the toolbox. Okay, well, that was fine. But then my mom got very, very sick and she passed away. Well, then I put a couple of tools back in the toolbox. Okay, then I got, bored and sad and lonely because I was here by myself for 5 weeks. So I put a couple more tools back in that toolbox. You know what I mean? So what I want you to do first, John talks to them about what other tools they have on the trailer all the time. And tools might be people, tools might be tools might be equipment, tools might be a hotel room, tools might be a laundromat. It could be a whole lot of things. But I want you to take your writing utensil, whether it's a crayon, a pen, whatever it is, and I want you to write down 10 tools. So 10 things that work. If you do them, you know that it works. Any 10, and it's not right or wrong, and you don't have to tell everybody what it is, but you can if you want to. But I want you to write down 10 things that if you do them, that it works. And I'll give you a couple of ideas. So 10 of my tools that I wrote down, one of them, I'm not going to tell you all 10, but one of them was tracking. I know that tracking works. One of them is meal prep. For me, walking twice a day, and walking twice a day does not mean 100 miles. When I was walking twice a day, I was still only getting I was still getting about 10,000 steps, but I just took a shorter walk in the morning and then another walk with Karen sometimes in the afternoon or with John. So for me, walking twice a day was a tool in my toolbox. For me, eating vegan with my mom once a week, that was a tool in my toolbox. Okay, Barbara said measuring spoons and cups. That's a great tool to have in your toolbox. That worked for her. If she uses her measuring spoons and cups, it works. Barbara says tracking. I totally agree, Barbara. I totally agree. Doing this 7 days a week, that worked for me. Attending meetings, that worked. Eating lunch. So I think that's 7 or 8 of my 10. So I want you to write down your 10 and then let me know when you're ready. So when you all are ready, give me some thumbs ups. Sandra says mindset is a good tool for her. Totally. So when you've written down your 10, it doesn't have to be a full 10. You don't have to. Oh, Carol, that's so sweet. Carol says this chat is a tool for me. Thank you. That is one of my tools as well. Because if I didn't do this every week, I'd be crazy. Barbara says working out in the workshop. Okay, Tag's done. Sandra's done. Y'all are quick. So who's got their 10? Betty Ann says weighing every morning. So that works for her. That's a tool that works for her. Vicki says water, plan, prepare. Make her a priority. Exactly. Yep. Measuring. Thank you, Barbara. She said this chat's a tool for her also. Oh, and Liz says me too. Okay, Barbara's a thumbs up. Okay, so to make sure we have enough time, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and say good on your 10. Okay, Deborah says, oh yeah, her water. Okay, so who had tracking? So show me your hand, say yes, do a thumbs up, whatever, if you said tracking works. Ooh, Tag said a food scale and a human scale. Good one, good one, good one. Sylvia said eating at home. Okay, eating at home, that is a tool that I hadn't even thought of. That's a great one, eating at home. Okay, so Barbara says tracking. Yep, Vicki says yes. Okay, I have a feeling tracking is going to be, Jean says tracking. So I have a feeling tracking is going to be a big one for you all. Okay, so if tracking works, so we already have like, okay, Lynn, Tag, Jean, Sandra, so many of you all, me. Okay, so if tracking works, why don't we do it? Why don't we all do that? Okay, so meal prep. Several of you all said meal prep. Several of you said measuring spoons and cups. Several of you said scales. Deborah says making sure she has choices. That's an excellent tool. Okay, so now I want you to take your list of 10 and I want you to just pick 2. So if you can only do 2, if all you can do this week is 2, pick 2 off of your list of 10. You can circle them, you can put a little heart next to them, a check mark, whatever you want to do, but I want you to pick 2 out of your 10, and then when you're ready, tell me what those 2 are. Because I'm anxious to see what everybody's top 2 is. Okay, Carol says cooking and trying recipes. Those are her top 2. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. It's hard to eat if you don't cook. Barbara says tracking and working out. Barbara, what do you do when you work out? What are you doing when you're working out? Vicki says making me a priority and tracking. Jean says tracking and walking. See, walking is my preferred method of exercise. Yep, Katie says tracking and making sure she gets her steps in. Sandra says tracking and drinking her water. How do you get your water? So, Sandra, what do you do to make sure that you get your water? And Tag says measuring in a meal plan. Sylvia says tracking and weighing in. Roberta says water, getting her water in and exercising. What kind of exercise are you doing, Roberta? Cynthia, tracking. Karen says meal planning and walking. Walking is a very popular one because most of us can do it. Let's see. Sherry, did I already say yours? Sherry says tracking and drinking water. Marianne says tracking and exercise. Deborah says weighing myself and making sure I have choices. See, I think making sure you have choices, I think that's very important. Let's see. Rita says journaling and incorporating a home workout. That's great. Rita says workouts. Lynn says eating protein at every meal and eating more vegetables. You know I'm into protein, so that's a great one. Sandra says water tracking. Barbara trains with a trainer 3 days a week and does strength and cardio. That's exciting, Barbara. I'm very excited for you. Betty Ann says weighing every morning and having the right foods on hand. Linda says tracking and a body scale. Ooh, and Roberta is doing virtual boot camp. Are you doing one of the WWs on virtual boot camp or are you doing it on YouTube? Because people will ask. They will ask me what you're doing. And Rita says, I'm not sure about the gym at this point. I also have not returned to the gym yet. So Karen and I have never, we didn't walk for like the first month when we didn't know or 2 months when we didn't know what was going on. But we have not stopped walking since then. But the gym, I have not made it back to the gym yet. Sandra says she keeps several waters in the fridge so they're ready to go. Rita says also staying focused on her why. That's a great one. If you know what your why is and you keep returning to it. Ooh, Roberta says Camp Gladiator. What is that? See, now you've got to tell us what that is. Sherry says YouTube workouts and tracking. So tracking seems to be a common theme. So let's just think about this just a second. Oop, and I don't want to forget to show you what I'm making for this coming week. Okay, so I'm going to say that the top ones, and Marianne does outside aerobics. So what is that? Like y'all gather in a park or where do you do that? Where do you do outside aerobics? I've seen people do outside, like, is it, like taekwondo, I don't know, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, something like that, but I haven't seen outside aerobics. Okay, so I'm going to say that out of those, tracking, some form of exercise, and Barbara does also walk, some form of exercise, your why or paying attention to me, those were all very important. Water, ooh, and Tabitha just started aqua size and what? Aqua Zumba? Tell me more. I want to know about that. Ooh, and Marianne says, yes, they gather in a park and they social distance. That sounds like so much fun. That sounds like so much fun. Okay, and then, okay, so I'm going to tell you all, was the top 5. So just quickly looking through and saying out loud what you all were doing. The top 5 things that you all mentioned were tracking. Again, I knew tracking was going to be in the top 5. I knew it. So tracking, some form of exercise, knowing what your why is or focusing on yourself, water, and accountability. So accountability sounds like for some of you all is coming to our chats on Sunday night. Sounds like for some of you all it is going to an in-person workshop. And it sounds like for some of the rest of you it's going to an exercise class or some other form of, being with somebody. So tracking, exercise, you're knowing what your why is or focusing on yourself, water, getting in your water, and accountability. Those were your top 5. I would say those are an excellent top 5. So what I want you to do this week, I know I already gave you homework, but what I want you to do this week is to pick 2. You don't have to pick 2 of those top 5, but I want you to pick 2 of yours. So a lot of y'all already picked 2, and I want you to focus on that this week. So again, when I was getting ready to kick this back in, John had asked me what worked before. What's different now? So what is different now? Okay, yeah, and Tabitha says it's so much fun. I seriously want to figure out if we have that here. But John had asked me a long time ago, what's different? So what is different? What were you doing, to be successful, and what's different now besides the pandemic? Because let's face it, I can't keep blaming the pandemic on everything, okay? I can't blame it for everything because we've learned to do a lot of things, around that. So one of the things, no way I'm going to do it anymore. I can't eat vegan with my mom one day a week. That's sad. That's not going to happen. Attending meetings wasn't a possibility until 2 weeks ago. Eating lunch at work, that's still very much a work in progress. So I couldn't do all 10. So I couldn't go from none to 10 of the things that worked, got me to goal, and kept me at goal. I couldn't go from 0 to 10. So I decided to pick 2. So I want you to pick 2. And again, this is not new homework. I just want you to do this for you, not for your homework. But pick 2 things. Pick 2 things that will work, And if tracking's one of them, if you can't do it 7 days, do it 2 days or 3 days. That's what I did. So I knew that first week I wanted to be in and I wanted to be in 100%, but I also knew I still had work. I was still going to have people out sick. It's inevitable. I was still going to have more customers than I could take care of. It was going to happen. There was going to be a night that something would get messed up for dinner. It happened. So what I decided was to do 4. So I picked 2 things that I could focus on, and the 2 things I focused on were meal prep and tracking. So I decided that I'd do meal prep and tracking for 4 days, and I did it. So I just did it for 4 days. You can do anything for a few days, and if you just pick 2. So don't try to do all 10, just pick 2. So for your additional homework, not really, you don't have extra homework, but I want you to do this for you. I want you to pick 2, just 2 of those things that were on your list, and then I want you to pick a number of days or a number of times. If you say, I'm going to track 2 meals, you don't have to say 2 days. Uh-oh, what can't Rita type? Hold on a second. Now she's got me curious. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Rita says, I love this group. Thank you, Kelly, for all you do for the rest of us. Yes, thank you very much. And yeah, I got that. I have to listen. I have to figure out what people are saying all day long. At least y'all can understand me. At least you can understand what I'm saying. Because voice commands can't. Okay. So I want you to pick your 2, pick what your 2 things are, your 2 things from your toolbox. And then I want you to pick when you're going to do them. So like if it's going to be 2 meals, 2 days that you're going to track, if you're going to exercise 3 days, if you're going to exercise twice a day, 1 day, or if, whatever it is that you're going to do, I want you to do that. So I'm making my commitment to you. I'm going to show you what I'm getting ready to meal prep because my commitment, for this coming week, I'm going to meal prep again. But remember, I get bored really easily, so I'm only going to meal prep for 4 days. But I'm going to meal prep again, and I'm for 4 days, and I'm going to track again for 4 days. So I'm going to do that again for another week. So I did it last week. I did it this week. I'm going to do it this coming week. So once I get that under my belt, I'm going to try for 5 days. So I'm just going to do this a little bit at a time, and I want y'all to do it with me. But if you tell somebody that you're going to do it, you're like a million times more likely to do it. I don't know what the actual percentage is, but it's a lot. It's a lot more than 0. So I'm going to commit to you all that tomorrow, Alyssa and I, at some point during our busy day, we are going to meal prep for 4 meals for me. I wish to goodness she would eat any of this, but I don't think she's going to. But what we're going to meal prep for next week, and we'll talk about it next week, or I'll do a video or something, but we're going to meal prep just like a Mediterranean salad to eat for supper for 4 nights. And I'm going to use ditalini pasta because it is teeny tiny. It's teeny tiny. And it's not whole wheat, but I want a little bit of pasta in this. I'm going to use arugula for my salad. I'm going to use cucumbers because cucumbers are they just feel very, very Mediterranean to me. I am going to use tomatoes with those because, again, tomatoes feel very Mediterranean, and you know I love the little teeny tiny tomatoes. And tomatoes here are already starting to get kind of funky because of the dry weather and the heat. Then I'm going to add some mild banana peppers. I'm also going to use olives, and I don't know where my can of garbanzo beans is, but anyway, it's going to have garbanzo beans in it too to kind of meat it. It's not meat, but to kind of meat it up, to kind of fill it up. And then I'm going to use, and I have not used this in a long time, but I'm going to use the Smithfield diced ham. You don't have to have meat in it, but because I'm going to be eating this for dinner and I would like for John to try it, I'm going to put just a little bit of meat in it. Then I'm also going to add some feta cheese. So this is fat-free feta cheese from Trader Joe's. And I'm going to use fat-free Italian dressing. So this is a recipe that I've made a million times in some form or fashion, but I never actually wrote it down as a recipe because it was more of a just feeling kind of, it's mostly that kind of wang tonight, and so I just throw everything together. So Alyssa and I will be putting this up, and yes, exactly, Tabitha said hashtag bulk it up with garbanzo beans. I need to make a new bulk it up sign to bring down here to KC Kitchen Center, but anyway, Alyssa and I will be whipping this up tomorrow. We will see how she does because we'll be at home, so we'll see how she does with helping me prepare something. Fingers crossed it goes better than the planting a garden did, but it was fun. But yeah, we don't have much of a garden. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be making for this week. So I want you to be thinking about your 2 things. Decide what the 2 things from your toolbox are. I really seriously do want you to write down 10 things from your toolbox, even if they're on slips of paper, post-it notes. Even if you put them on post-it notes and stick them away for later, put them on a note and put them away for later. You can switch out your 2 things. It doesn't have to be the same 2 things every week. So actually post-it notes would be great for that because you could put up your 10 and then this week you can pull 2. Next week you can put those 2 back if you need to change or if you've perfected that. But you can keep doing that and you can keep adding things to it if you want to. But I seriously want you to do that and focus on that this week as your extra homework, as your extra credit. If you are watching this on YouTube, I would love it if you would go ahead and let that next video roll over. And I would love it, super love it if you would go ahead and click on this subscribe button and click the little bell so that you'll be notified the next time that we have a video come out. And as always, we have our Spreadshirt store is over here, and you are more than welcome to go buy any of our cool merch that Casey comes up with. So it has been another fun week. So happy that we got to be here. So happy that we did not end up having to go spend time, much time anyway, over helping them with John's mom. So fingers crossed, prayer said that keeps going well. But everyone have, good night, John. I'll be home good night, John boy. I'll be home in a few minutes. But everybody have a great week. I had so much fun again. Yeah, y'all just keep on going on. But do your homework, do your stuff, get your toolbox out. Let's get going because I'm ready to go. Okay, and I want y'all to go with me. So y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to you next week. Good night.